Magically, I have extra frames. What we're going to do...
And you put those on the outside of the...
Well, traditionally people would put these on the outside thinking to themselves, we want to protect the cluster, we want that cluster to build out the inner frames. However, think in terms of the fact that the hive in nature is in an egg shape. The center is where the brood go, and as they work themselves out, it's less and less important, basically. By us doing this, we're giving them 3 solid frames to work on. The problem that we've got is there's nothing to draw them into these outsides. If this was a full box, I'm looking here now at the honeycomb. If this was a full box, what I would probably do is I would put one of these blanks in between, and it's called checkerboarding, and it's basically you're forcing the bees. They're going to see this frame full of honeycomb. This one is completely blank, and so they're going to rapidly start trying to build this one out. They're only going to be in here for a couple of weeks, though, so what I'm really concerned right now, the biggest concern we have now is the queen laying. So before we worry too much about honeycomb build out, as long as we've got 2 or 3 frames in here, we want to try to give the queen the best opportunity possible. So that's what you want to have as a setup. And now that that's set up, what I want to do is I'm going to actually remove 2 frames. And these are the 2 frames that I'm going to put back in once everything's settled. This will be A. Okay, let me get my video on. Alright, so the process is, I'm going to just talk you through the process. When I get into it, I'm not sure if we'll be talking much, but the whole idea here is, inside of this package is a can of sugar syrup. Should be a cage that has the queen in it, and then all the bees. So we just, I'm really good at this. Should be able to just slide that off. Now, here's the can of sugar syrup, and then right here should be the, I guess it's the clip for the queen, but we'll figure that when we get out. So as I pull this out, there's going to be some bees that are on the bottom of it, which is fine. What I want to do is I want to try to limit them from flying to some degree. So I'll just do that. So real simple idea here. They take a can of sugar syrup, they poke 3 holes in it, and they dump it upside down, and that goes with the bees. So what I'm doing, I want to keep this though because I want to weigh this on the inside to see how many actual bees we have. So all I'm going to do is set this down. Next thing we do is we have to find our queen cage, which I believe is right here. Now the queen cage, what you'll notice, and if you look here real close, I'll even show you right now. So we've got drones, right? So there's a big fat drone. We've got all these little ones. These are our workers. The way that they're acting is an attraction, not a I want to kill you. So there's 2 ways to do this. One way is to just shake them. Another way is to blow on them. So if we look inside, one of the first things you want to do when you buy a package is make sure you have a live queen.
Looks like she's moving.
Yep, she's moving great. Now, interestingly enough, so where is that? Yep, there it is. Okay, so we're going to set her aside for now. So there's 2 ways to do this. Typically, you see a little wooden queen cage. What they've done here is they're trying to save money. So this is actually candy right there. So when you're ready to install this queen, then what we'll do is we'll put her in there. She will and they will start eating this sugar out. And we're giving the queen and the bees about a couple of days to be able to be in here and not have any distractions. What I will do is I'll come back out here in a couple of days and make sure that the queen is not in here anymore. So at this point, like I said, I'm going to set her aside.
Are they going to follow her and want to be near her?
Not all at once. All right, so this is the fun part. The next part we're doing here is we're going to just, there's 2 ways to do this. If you're doing it in a full box, some people say you can just set the whole thing down in there and just walk away. And that's fine if you want to do that. What I prefer to do is to just take the whole thing, get rid of, just make sure the whole thing is done. Again, they're fairly disoriented. The main process here is we've got bees everywhere. So what we're trying to do is to get all the bees in one place so we can just dump them in there. So here's what I do. And then when you're done with that, you just leave the box here to the side. They have already, those that have already figured out their queen will be attracted to her scent. Those that haven't will just go into a nearby hive. Okay, so we've done that. Now, like I said, this is the first time I've seen this, so what I'm going to use, this is the blue tape. Can I have that blue tape, please? So what I'm going to do is simply take the painter's tape, if you want to walk up and look in here before I close it up, you'll notice that all of them are immediately attracted to what's going on in the box.
Remind me to wear pants next time.
They're not at all concerned about us. I mean, they're very, very content right now to be going inside the box. So what we want to do is we want to very carefully put our frames in. Now when you put your frame in the first time, remember, if there's bees underneath on this rim here, can you see that? You'll squish them if you're not careful. So what we want to do is start setting this down, and you'll notice that depending upon